Hi, my name is Ricardo, and I just wanted to remind you guys on the impacts of European colonization on native societies. Well, most of you might think that if it weren't for the Europeans, we would not exist today. And that is actually true. They did provide these native societies with resources, technologies, and animals that were years ahead of them. And it technically would seem like they had a positive effect for these reasons. But really, the truth of the matter is that not everything was sunshine and rainbows for the native societies. It was actually really bad for them. And well, there's many reasons, of course. The main one, and like probably the worst one, is the fact that their population decreased from having thousands to mere hundreds. And this can be attributed to many reasons, but of course, the main one, which not a lot of people might know, is disease. Because, well, if you put in this perspective, the Europeans were used to having multiple diseases, and due to their very compacted communities and just years of history. On the other side, Native Americans, well, they just simply didn't have as many disease outbreaks. So their antibodies were not used to the diseases from Europe. And this caused for when the European colonizers arrived with their very um, tested and very upgraded viruses to completely ravage with the population of the Native Americans. Furthermore, they took their land without asking. And yes, sometimes they would trade for it. But the thing about that is, most of the time that they did trade for it or try to buy it, Native Americans weren't sure what they meant by buy. And this caused multiple issues, which, of course, then sparked conflict amongst them. And the Europeans, having more advanced technology and better resources, decimated with the Native Americans. So, in the long term, it made for their societies to be smaller to a fraction of what they used to be back in the days before the Europeans came and took their space. Thank you for your attention.